Hey there, Shane Reynolds here. Welcome to 38 Deep Dive. Today we've got a very special episode for you. After many years of traveling, I've circled the globe a few times and been to 60 countries plus, and ironically, one of my favorite places on earth is just down the road, right off of 30A. This is Cape San Blas in the St. Joe Bay. This is a very hidden gem, forgotten, you could say. This is the Forgotten Coast. I'm gonna remind you why you should remember.
After more than 20 years of shooting, producing, and hosting adventure travel shows for various networks, it's time for a deeper look into all the epic things I can find in and around my own backyard.
I'm Shane Reynolds, and we're going on a 38 Deep Dive. You wanna do it?
Let's go.
So before the season ends, we're heading to the forgotten end of 30A to round up what's left of the 2021 bay scallops in Cape San Blas. We were lucky enough to find an incredible house right on the St. Joe Bay, just big enough to handle most of the family that I grew up scalloping with. Meet the Browns, with the cousin Adwells. And the self-appointed king of swing, the midnight mayor himself, Clint Brown. So that's the players. Time to launch the boat if we're gonna play the game.
You hadn't let the motor down yet, have you?
No.
Okay.
We're going scalloping.
What do we got? I need to hear a motor running. Now turn it over. Great. Perfect.
You have some paddles? There you go. You need to tighten it up, you some...
Son of a cha-cha.
A little bit of a late start today. All good. Got to get the boat in the water. All right, Clint, take us to the spot where the scallops are.
You know what? I think we'll go to the spot where the scallops are. This is where we started last year.
Yeah.
Now don't tell anybody. The biggest scallop we ever got was in this spot.
Yeah, he was like this big.
I think we're going to do a little tester right here. So whoever's volunteering, this grass is perfect. It's kind of like my good buddy in high school. It's about the thickness of his hair. So we basically always send out one or two people to do a quick thing, and if you don't get a scallop within the first couple of seconds, it's time to get on a boat and get down the road. Stan, you remember what they look like? You remember what a scallop looks like?
Yeah. And you remember how to get them, right? You have to keep your eyes open.
Underwater whistle to call a scallop in. It's a mating call for scallop.
If you go like this to them, you like go this, go meh, meh, right? And they might come to you and jump in the bag.
Are you getting in too? All right, we got three folks. Bella, Stan, and Wes. You haven't seen one scallop yet? All right, don't get too excited, Stan. So we've been hearing that everybody's been getting a bunch of scallops this year.
The silver lining of going late in the season is the scallops are bigger. There's fewer of them though because people have been out here picking them out. But that just means you gotta, look a little harder to find the good spots.
Broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
We might try some different spots. And my cousins, they're mediocre skilled. Mediocre.
Yeah.
Don't tell them I said that.
We might have to get in and show them how it's done.
You guys are doing a great job.
If you're going scalloping, there's a few things you gotta make sure you don't forget to bring. 1, a boat. 2, your family. Maybe a couple friends. Beer. Snorkel gear, dive flag, fishing gear, a scallop bag, 5-gallon bucket for your bounty, sunblock, scalloping knives, a fishing license. Everything else is pretty much optional common sense.
Funny thing is, every time we go out, I was like, did anybody go around the boat? And I'll literally look.
They're always
before I
around
get
the
in.
boat.
There's 10 of them around the boat. And this is where we've seen them. And you can literally scallop all the way up to the shore.
There's one right there, Clint.
What? No.
One right there.
Oh, all right, throw that anchor out, somebody.
Slay 'em and fillet 'em. All right, let's go for it. A little chilly.
Forever young, or am I faking on the tip of my tongue? There's a sarcasm waiting for you.
Here, here.
I'm willing to trade my soul for a bit of your charm. There's no way I fade into oblivion.
So let's give you the 101 on how to clean these guys. First, you want to get a little paring knife and you want to bend it, give it a little curve. And then you go to the bottom and you see this little opening right there. You're gonna just dig it in there and wedge them open a little. Then you just swipe along the bottom and that releases that pressure. So there you go. You open him up with the shell and you grab his tail right there, the back end of that scallop. Grab it with your thumb and then yank all of it off. And what's left is the good stuff. And that good stuff,
That's the gold. Seems like an awful lot of work for that little bit of meat, but not only is it good and the only place you can get them is right here, but it's fun. It is an adult Easter egg hunt, as my brother used to say.
my mom started taking me out here when I was probably in the 10 or 11 range. I started coming out with Bob and your family about when I was probably 12.
Yeah.
And we went out here like every year, and then we all went our separate ways and started coming back out here again every year when probably in our 30s. And conveniently, scallops are some of my favorite food.
That's right. He didn't even used to like scallops.
Oh, bullshit. There was never a day I didn't like scallops.
Scallops are the best. In fact, I don't think we could ever get enough of them, could we?
We definitely don't have enough of them today.
But we will get more tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I called my mom and she said tomorrow's going to be a good day for it.
Oh, well then that settles it.
That settles it.
Woohoo! All right, I've already remembered something I forgot.
Okay, I'm guessing that we'll just head straight over since our luck wasn't good on
Yeah,
the...
it's not looking good over here. So let's go upwind.
You don't want to try blacks?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Something in that vicinity.
Okay.
A good 3 to 4 feet. Something just deep enough to where you don't have to exert too much energy going below the water to grab.
It's all about exertion, isn't it?
It's all about snag and bag.
Snag and bag.
Snag and bag. Want to scout it here?
I was trying to get just a little closer to that island.
Okay.
So while Clint's motoring us into position, I want to show you something real quick.
So if you're not having much luck on the water, or even if you are, really, you need to stop by the Indian Pass Raw Bar. This is a local staple of this area, and it's technically still on 30A. Cool thing about it, just plenty of room for everybody. It's based on the honor system. You just go through, grab what you need, check off what you're eating, and at the end tell them what you had and pay for it. And I'm not plugging them at all. Like, I come to this place every time we go scalloping. It's incredible. I prefer a wetsuit top, just because the water is a little chilly and you get sunblock on your back. You're gonna need that out here.
Base scalloping is an art form, yet as simple as hunting and gathering gets. Like chess, it's simple to learn and takes a lifetime to master. Acquired skill goes a long way, but in the end, you're still gonna need some luck. But ultimately, it's not about how many you find, it's what you find within yourself by immersing into pure nature. And this is one of those rare places where such a thing still exists.
This is as fresh as seafood gets. So that's like premium grade sashimi.
Eat it.
Mmm.
Finding your zen in Mother Nature is always a good thing, but finding your limit in bay scallops is the best. There's something to be said about getting away from the hustle of everyday life, stepping into a world that offers nature in its purest form to admire and learn from, immersing yourself into that element to hunt for your own food, and having fun doing it with close family and friends. As we get older, there's very few things in life that don't become mundane. But connecting with one another through breaking bread has always been the good life in its simplest form. And I've done so by breaking shells my whole life with the people I love the most. Scalloping is not just something to fill your belly. It's an experience to fill your soul.